If you're considering becoming a physical therapist, I want you to watch this video. This one is for you, and also for those of you that have become a physical therapist and you're not really happy about what's going on and you feel like you kind of got duped. This video, we're gonna talk about the rules of the physical therapy business, because every single one of you, whether you like it or not, you're part of the business, even if you're not a business owner, okay? There are certain rules on how physical therapy works, how you get paid, how you get compensated, that I think you should understand. And honestly, this is probably something that they should have taught y'all, or they should have explained to you before you even committed to paying the money and the investment to become a physical therapist. So that's what we're gonna do in this video. I'm gonna talk about three things in particular, things that I did not understand for many years, and honestly could have ended in financial ruin for me. And unfortunately, it has created financial ruin for so many physical therapists because they didn't understand these things, okay? So we're gonna talk about three things, but before I talk about those three things, let's set this up for you all to understand this. Physical therapy is a business. Everything's a business. YouTube's a business. Facebook's a business, okay? Physical therapy school is a business. They're trying to get you in, you're the customer. You pay money, we give you the degree. Hopefully you pass your board exam, you can become a physical therapist, okay? Everything is a business. And in business, you must understand this. You must understand that business is a game, okay? It's a game that if you need to understand the rules of the game, you need to understand who's playing the game, and you are playing the game. Now, if you don't understand it, you'll be played by the game. If you do understand it, you have the potential to win, okay? So just understand that first. Physical therapy is a business and business is a game. So how does the game work? Well, in this particular game, okay, the goal is for them to make more money than they are spending. That's basically the goal in any business game. In this particular business, physical therapy, the goal is for every business, whoever decides to operate the business, to generate more revenue and make more money than what they're spending in payroll and in other expenses. And they're gonna do that through delivering physical therapy services. That's what you're signing up for. Okay, now, here's the things that I did not understand before starting physical therapy school that I think it's extremely important for you to understand today. All right, number one, here's how this game works. This game is not like when you go to a regular grocery store, okay? Whatever things you pick up, whatever services you want, you don't get paid what it is that it says at the office that you're working at, okay? The majority of you, 90% of you, are going to be working in insurance. Okay, about 10% of you will decide, I'm not gonna do insurance, I'm gonna do cash. But 90% of you is who I'm talking to right now. Let me explain how this insurance thing works. It doesn't work based on what you wanna get paid. It works based on the contract that you sign with the insurance. Now, you didn't sign this contract, but the place that you are gonna work for, they signed a contract with the insurance, okay? So, insurance could be Blue Cross Blue Shield, it could be Aetna, it could be Cigna, it could be Humana, it could be TRICARE. Every single clinic, every single hospital signs a contract. And the way the contract works is like this. They have decided that, hey, we will accept all of your clients that are a part of that particular insurance. In return, we will charge you and we will accept your contracted rate, okay? Now, why is this important? Because when you are a physical therapist, you are gonna see patients. You are going to bill for patients. Typically, the amount that you bill, you are not going to get paid. Your company that you're working for, the business that you are operating within, is not going to get paid what you are billing. So if you bill $300,000 a year, more than likely that company is going to get paid on the low end 30% of that 300,000, on the high end 70% of that 300,000. Okay, so they're going to get paid anywhere between 100,000 to $220,000 for the $300,000 you bill, okay? So, understand, you are not in control of your pay. You're not even in control of how much you are delivering to people. So, the only way you could actually become more valuable to the company is by you seeing more patients and you seeing patients for longer. That's the only way it works. Now, here's the crazy part. If you're a physical therapist for 6 months, the codes that we bill to insurance will stay the same regardless of how long you have been doing this. So there's not a lot of upside, meaning that if you are billing for a consultation that consultation, you get paid from the insurance the same amount, whether you are 1 month out of school or you are 50 years out of school and you have 50 years of experience. Nobody explained that to me when I started. So there's really not a lot of incentive for you to actually get better. There is more incentive for you to see people longer. Does that sit right with you? Okay, that's the first thing you need to understand, all right? Understand how the compensation works, okay? Because remember, it is a business. All right, number two is understand that there are different players in every single business, okay? So I'm gonna explain to you the 3 major players. And actually, you know what? I'll even say there's the 3 major players and then there's the one ultimate player, okay? So the 3 major players is the following. Again, this is in any business. Player number 1, it's the person that is funding the business, okay? So if you work at a hospital, all right, there are investors. They're the people that actually pay your salary. They're the people that pay your manager's salary. They're the people that pay for the hospital building, okay? Those people have put in hundreds of thousands, in many cases, millions of dollars for you to even have the ability to have a job. Those people don't do this for the fun of it. They do it so that they can get a return back on their money. Okay, that is the one player that's in this. All right, player number 2, those people are the people that hire people to be able to run the business. The first person that they hire is managers. Managers will oversee the people that are operating the business, okay? So number 1 is the funders. Number 2 is the managers. Number 3 are all the people like you, your physical therapist or to-be physical therapist, that can actually operate the business on a daily basis. As a physical therapist, you are just one component of what makes the business operate. Guys, when the last job I had was between 2003 and 2005. I was working for a company called Core Rehabilitation, and I was a physical therapist, but I was also the manager of that particular facility. And I felt like they were really taking advantage of me. I didn't understand what I said with number 1, how the whole billing thing worked. And I'm like, man, I'm billing like $400,000 and I'm only getting paid this. Bro, if I leave, they can't do life without me. Well, let me tell you something. I left 20 years ago, okay? And they're still doing life without me. They're doing just fine. Because what I didn't realize at the time was that I was a manager at just the clinic level, and I was one of the people operating the business. Like, the funders can get more people, okay? They can get more people. They can just pay more people, pay somebody else, and the person took over my job. And that was it. I left, and they went on their way, and I think they're still open. So life went on without me. But one of the things that I really have come to understand is that there's a lot of components to the business besides me. There's somebody that has to focus on getting more patients to even know about me. I don't do that part if I'm an employee, okay? There's someone that has to take the calls on the phone when people are calling and inquiring about physical therapy services. I'm not that person. There's someone that has to get those people ready and verify their insurance benefits so that we could potentially get paid. I'm not that person. I'm just one person, one part of helping to operate the business. That means that you are the most indispensable. That means that you typically are the person that gets the least amount of leverage with their pay. It's just understanding different players. So remember now, player number 1 is a funder. Player number 2 is the manager. Player number 3 are the multiple people that operate the business. Now remember I said there's one big chess move in this. That's player number 4. That's the customer. That's a client. That's a patient. Okay? Remember now, the goal of business is for patients to pay you money. And you are going to exchange your services for the money that they're paying. So if there's no customers, there's no business. There's no customers, there's no money that can come into the business. Remember, the rule of every single business for the business to make more money than they're spending. Got it? Okay? So it's important that we understand that. We understand that, look, this is how the game actually works. Okay? Now, when I became a business owner, I didn't understand that. And I truly felt like I'm such a good therapist. My patients are saying I'm so good. They're saying I'm amazing. They're saying this, they're saying that. I can go and I can open up my own thing. And I actually truly believe that. What I didn't understand is that there's a lot of other components that need to be in play in order for the business to actually work. I truly thought that, hey, like the people are saying I'm amazing, that means that their business can't work without me. That's not how the game works, okay? That's not how it works. Now, I think the third thing that I want to say, the final thing I'm going to say is this. That might not work for you. You might want to be in control of how much money you're making. You might want to be in control of how many patients you're seeing. You might want to be in control of all of those things, and that's fine. But you're going to have to move up the pecking order and move to funder. That's it. You're going to have to move to funder. So I'm telling you all this because they're not going to tell you this going into physical therapy school because they want your money. It's a really, really amazing business model for them, okay? Because they don't have to deal with you after, okay? All they got to do is just make sure that you're set up to be able to get the degree and to be able to take the board exam and hopefully that you pass it. And even if you don't pass it, they're not going to lose any sleep over it, okay? But hopefully you will. Most people do, all right? And that's really all they care about. And it's a huge business for them. It's a huge business. So they're not going to tell you how this game works. I'm telling you all this because for many people, these numbers don't add up anymore, okay? So just to let you know, for me, when I came out of school, my first job as a physical therapist, I made $39,500 a year. Now, you're like, dang, that's a little bit of money. Yeah, it's a little bit of money, but my debt coming out of school was like a couple $1,000s. And most of that was more just credit card debt. I was able to have a couple jobs while I was going through school, so I left school debt free. So today, yeah, most people are making 70, 75, 80, 85,000 coming out of school, but your debt is more in the 100, 150, 200 range. I think I had a better deal than you, okay? So here's the deal. The deal is that today, most people, if they had to do it over, if they understood this, they'd say, damn, man, I need to have my own business. Okay, well, if you're gonna have your own business, that means there's a whole nother level of things. Yes, you're right. There's a lot of money that can be made, okay? Waking up oceanfront and all this other stuff, that only happened because I had a business. I happen to have my business in the physical therapy world. But there's a lot of risk that comes with that too. I had to take out a $180,000 loan. I didn't have the money, so I had to take it out on the one asset that I did have, which is I had a house. My house wasn't paid, but my house was worth more than what I owed. So I was able to take out that money and I was able to go for it. Okay, so it did work out for me, but just because I took out that money, that's not the only reason why it worked out. It worked out because I had to submit to learning a new set of skills that I didn't know from before. Okay, I had to learn how to communicate better, how to market, how to persuade, how to sell, how to create amazing customer service experiences. I didn't learn any of that stuff in PT school, all right? And maybe you don't want to learn that, and that's totally fine. Just be very careful of committing to do this. Anyways, man, I hope this helps you guys. I hope this serves you. If you guys have any additional questions, please feel free to drop them in the comments section below. I'll do videos to help you guys out. Look, physical therapy has changed my life. It has been absolutely amazing, but the reality is that it's not the same market that it was in 2000 when I graduated versus what it is today, 25 years later. So it's just important for y'all to understand what you're getting yourself into, understand the game, don't be ignorant. My daddy said this, he said this about compound interest. He says, Greg, those who understand compound interest earn it, those who don't understand it, pay it. And I think it's the same thing on this video today. Those who understand the financial ramifications, they understand it, they get it, they usually do well in the field. Those that don't understand it, or you're just gonna ignore this video and say, I don't wanna hear that, well, you're gonna pay for it. So just be mindful, understand it, and make the right decision based off of what makes sense for you. All right, I'll see you on the next video. Let's go.